Hey guys, it's Rob. 216 days until I turn 30, and let's get through the check-in, and I'll get to the topic. Um, I popped up about 4 pounds, 3.9, and at first when I saw that, I said, well, that's not merited based on what I've done lately. Then I thought back, and sure enough, I had selective memory about what I'd eaten, and once I actually meditated on how I'd behaved, I was like, well, I guess I earned that. So. Um, all the more reason to remind myself that really a diet is a thing of 24-hour day vigilance. Um, yeah, that's a bummer. But on a happier note, I processed the beta feedback for the short story, and as far as the cover art thing is going for the novel, the artist said he'll be getting back to me, well, today now because it's after midnight, but Tuesday, with preliminary sketches and things like that to see if I like the direction he's going. So that's super cool. Um, but over the weekend, I finished integrating beta feedback into the short story, and I think it's really telling that I can read through that entire story while I'm integrating my feedback, know exactly what's coming, and still get a case of the feels reading the final 20% of it. I think it's a good sign that it's very close to where it needs to be. So I'll have to start thinking about cover art for that too, even though it'll be a digital-only release. I need to find a kind of shoujo style artist. Shoujo is like girls manga style, because I think that'll be a good fit artistically for what the nature of the story is. Um, but as I missed an episode last week. I missed the Thursday episode. A combination of feeling tired and bummed and not wanting to record that night, and then sure enough, the later I pushed it off, the less I wanted to do it until we get to now, when I'm still running late again, but at least the video is getting done. But I'm noticing how, and we've talked about some of this before, but the degree to which I kind of get down on myself for my failings here on the video, which is somewhat by design, because you have to know that something's wrong to start correcting something. Um, but the thought today was something more along the lines of something more positive. Just that I had this moment of realization today, that it's so easy to take the things that you're doing right for granted. There's a saying that no news is good news, and that can be taken two ways. Well, no news is good news, right? Like if nobody's complaining about anything, then then things are probably fine. But then there's also no news is good news. Like people don't talk about things that are good. That like people, it's not news unless it's something to complain about. There's kind of two ways to take that phrase depending on how you process the intonation. Um, but either way you do it, the idea being that um, we're prone to fixate on the things we're doing poorly because those are the things that need to change. They are the news, so to speak, um, and not have any focus on what we're doing right, because what we're already doing right is not what we're worried about. It's the status quo. It's what we expect. It's how we expect to operate, so to speak. Um, and I think for the sake of my own emotional stability and health, I needed to just back up and take a moment and remember what's gone right about this project. I started this project at 272 pounds, so I am down 42 pounds from where I started. Um, I have two almost complete works ready for publishing. One novel length, total between the two of them of over math, nearly 90,000 words of content, almost ready to publish. Um, I've gotten a surge in viewers on the Twitch TV account. The podcast is going well. Um, there are things that are going right, and once they happen and once they get behind me, I kind of just like take them for granted, and I'm looking for the next reason to beat myself up. And if you're working on your own projects or you're trying to change your life in some way, you might be doing that too. I I know that I need to take a moment to do it, and you might too. So go back and look at what you've done right lately. go back and remind yourself what you've accomplished, or what you're good at, what you've got honest to goodness concrete proof that's already going well. Because that can be very heartening when you're focusing on the things you're trying to fix. So that's the thought for the day. I'm going to try to do that more, because it's easy to do. It's easy to not do enough of that. It's easy to sink into beat yourself up mode at all times when you're trying to improve. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. I've got to edit this and get to bed so that I can wake up bright and early tomorrow morning and stream some more Pokemon content on Twitch TV. So look forward to that. Take care. Have a great week. Be good to yourself. And hopefully I'll be talking to you Thursday.